Check 1, 2. Okay, I wanted to make sure you guys are still on. What's going on, guys? So we're here clearly at the office, but we're going to be doing a build that I've been thinking about. Here, let me go ahead and put you on the tripod real quick. What's going on, everybody? We're here to do a build, and I've been thinking about this build for quite a while now. I've got this black motorsport inspired piece, and it is a VK63 Chronograph case, and I've been wanting to go ahead and do a very, very high contrast chronograph. So we're gonna call this the contrast chronograph. Cover my eyes so you can see that. And yes, it's ceramic and a pretty dope dial. Cover my face so you can see that again. And you know, the basic hands and clearly my logos and the VK63 movement. So today we're gonna go through getting this done. Yeah, just hang out and I guess watch the show. I'll try to throw some commentary in, but I'm gonna go ahead and focus on getting this done. Oh, one more tool, I forgot. Let's go ahead and get it. This one. So what this is for, you'll see here in a little bit. Matter of fact, let's make that the first thing we do, other than let's go ahead and put this dial on here. First, finger cuts. Gotta cover our fingers, y'all. Can't have nothing on the fingers. Where are my finger cuts? Oh, there they are. We're just doing this to get the dial on, and then we're gonna focus on the case. And I'm actually gonna show you guys how to go ahead and remove this bezel. It's a little bit dangerous, but I think we're adult enough and have the dexterity and the skill enough to not delete ourselves, not anti-ourselves. I don't know. Anyways, so let's go ahead and get this dial on here. I have this in here. This is a little tray. The tray holds the dial. It has a whole bunch of like little holes in it. You can put the posts that are on the back of the dial into those holes. But now I need to remove it, and it's not to bend the post or anything like this. I just use this little spudging tool. It's like a little spatula. Probably focus my face, you can't see that, but just to kind of pry it out a little bit. And this already has the perfect feet that go to this because it is made for the VK63 movement. So let's go ahead and get this on here. Oh, check this out, guys. This is why I like this desk. You ready? Hey. Hey, bring the work to you, right? All right. Does that work for y'all? All right, let's go. There we go. And then I'll go ahead and take this nifty little tool. It's just my brush. I'll just go ahead and brush it off. There's nothing on it, and then I'll go ahead and set it aside. Alright, so now what we're going to do is we're going to lower the desk a little bit first. Going to be using a razor blade. Nice, perfectly brand new razor blade, because what we're trying to do here is we want to create just enough of a gap underneath this existing bezel to take this special tool that I got and pop it off. I want to go from this side. What you want to do is just want to push it just hard enough to where it slips in. There you go. And then what I do is, a little bit at a time, I move it and go around the bezel with that. Now you're not doing anything, you're not cutting anything. You're just slowly creating a little bit of relief bottom side of that bezel. And if you do it nice and slow and with a nice, perfectly good razor blade, you won't mess anything up. Now that I've gotten that done, and there's a little bit of a gap underneath there, we're gonna get this tool I told you about. Boom, check that out. So what this does, it's like a poly, some sort of a plastic, but it's not gonna damage my bezel. Now what most people have, and I'm not against it, and you just kind of crank it and it puts pressure in it. I could probably do that to this now. It'll probably work. But given the materials, I'm gonna be careful, and I'm gonna use what I feel is probably the best way to do it, which is this. Cover your face. That thing right there. So let's go ahead and get this underneath here and see if we can't squeeze it on out of here. Now it sounds more violent than it actually is. It's just a lot of pressure holding that piece on. Now eventually I'm gonna have to press out that crystal, and I'll probably get that here in a couple of seconds. That's what we're working with here. See that? See that, guys? And look, there's no damage. It's perfectly good. That part looks great. That's all done. Let's go ahead and get the fun part done. Let's go ahead and get this movement built, guys. And yeah, I've got my other camera going right here. So now we're gonna just kind of focus on building the movement and stuff, getting all of the hands on the dial and all that good stuff. So let me go ahead and clean off my desk because I just did quite a bit of work. There she goes. I guess this is gonna be the reveal moment, the moment of truth, right? What does this thing look like in the case? But first, we need to go ahead and clean out our case that we just recently put the new bezel on. I'm super proud of that moment because it turned out fabulous. And typically, what I also do is clean off the front first. Because I know the front's clean, I could see if there's anything on the inside. This is gonna be a hard one to case. All right, but we can do this. We got this. We've had worse. Definitely had worse. Okay, that was good outcome of that. Very good outcome for that. So what's going on here is the pushers, which is typical. I've always got to do it. I got to do it every time. I've gotten pretty used to having to deal with these. You got to approach it on a little bit of an angle. And sometimes it's just a little bit tight. So you gotta play with it a little bit. So let me actually lower the desk down. That typically helps also. There it is, see? Oh, gosh. Can I tell you how hard that hits? Oh, yeah, that hits way too hard. I'm so sorry. Yeah, give me some light. I think she turned out pretty good. Yeah, buddy. All right, well, hey guys, thanks for joining us. Be sure to like, subscribe, leave a comment. If you have any questions, let me know. Thanks for I still got this thing up here. This is Time Panda TV, and yeah, we'll build a watch. Stay tuned. And it looks like I said, we're doing this on Sundays at 6 o'clock is how it's looking. And my battery's about to run out. So before this runs out, I'm gonna go ahead and say goodbye.